Okay.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
It's changed now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope, can't close it. Okay, I'm gonna do this one more time. Yeah, close, I'll go through.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
No.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guided the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
So I guess it wasn't that passcode like I thought it was.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Let's try that escape thing now. Because that one thing I'm gonna have to try and look up to see exactly what to do, because that was intense.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Why'd you have to say it like that?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I don't like this.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
What's my death gonna be? Oh, there it goes. Is that the loading? The text on that changed. What?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to
I do not accept it.
Life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, let me get out. What?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Why did it change to a female? What? What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Where's that choice for the 2 doors? Is there a choice for that 2 doors things? Oh, here's the 2 doors. Moved and altered to make good player reach 2 doors in a good time. The doors, 2 doors, very first concrete piece. It was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. Explored, iterated, as this room posed. File cabinets, okay. Wait, it's just gonna say wall art. Nature paint, okay. Of course, you can't go wrong with that. The office. Can you open these doors? Okay, no. Button sounds. Game, buttons are pressed. Each is mixed with keyboard stroke and synthesized toned. Okay, so pressing those buttons really didn't mean anything. Parable, credits, further credits. Which way do I go? The office, maintenance. Maybe it's the game that I need a clock for. Fewer. This game is really kind of interesting. Sign. Building that was too jokey and the fun. Making fun of people with shooters, not our intention. I don't see why people have to make fun of all that crap. I guess this is kind of just a credits sort of thing. Second trailer, we sent out to ask people. What? Where do I go? Oh, that's annoying. I hate invisible walls. I know it's glass wall, but still. Any wall that looks like you can go through and you can't annoys me. What is... Oh. Time the elevator motion could go up or down with freedom above. People remember how to go up or down? Desk is an early version of the countdown ending. I'm not sure if I should press that yet. Sending. Which is eventually cut and merged from the part of the game. Let's see. I don't recognize that spot. Originally part of sending player. Go describe what color. And no? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and press this button now. Did I press it? Or does this only appear when I'm a certain distance away? Gosh dang, it does. If I only could crouch. Dang it.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Okay, let's see what happens. Nothing? I don't know if that did anything. Gosh, there's so many choices to do in this game. It's ridiculous.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh.
Stanley worked for a...
Yes, I've already got this narration. Okay.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it?
What?
Is this Stanley's office?
Why does this keep changing? Classic.
When Stanley came to a set
Nope.
of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
It is.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room.
I know.
Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
I'm so glad somebody else understands this.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Just,
A room
you
so
know.
utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Gosh, you know, I feel like I have a bonding connection with this narrator right now. Just really
At
bonding.
this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
You know, I feel like this is starting to turn a little bit more negative. I was sitting here enjoying this room, and now I'm being insulted.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I'm not sure if there's going to be anything said, but... Fine.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
No, I didn't. I lied.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Your point
There's
is?
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Now, who is
This
her?
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
What? Who is her? Whoa, that kind of, okay.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
What?
You're not Stanley. You're
What?
a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
Let me out.
Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Screw safe decision.
This helpful instructional video.
No.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What? I'm supposed to be having a back... Oh, it's 4:30. What about...
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
No.
Welcome
What the
back.
hell?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
No. Can't close the door. Don't want to.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Why can't I
We
d-
just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I feel so forced now. Can I let's see here? Can I do this? No. Small. Don't want to follow instructions. Want to be like just. Ah. Ah. I feel like I'm gonna have to go all the way back to the beginning. Try all these doors. Not happy about this.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Got
it. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Got it.
No! How did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I stuck that. Wow. Dang, I don't like being forced to go this way. No. Still no. Still no. Nope. Oh, goodness.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work?
No.
I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Let me get over this desk.
I have to shut the game down.
No, you don't.
I have to.
Don't you do it.
I have to.
Don't you do it. Don't you dare. No, stop it. He did it anyway. Whoa. What?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
Where
My
are we?
entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
You caused this
Did you think that
yourself.
would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
What?
Is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the
What?
story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's so many choices to make, so I'm just gonna make the wrong choice again. On accident, of course, though.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left, got it.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Okay, so I guess I have to
Behave
do the
exactly
right way.
as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the
responsibility.
task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. Gosh. So rude.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
But closet's closed now, though, so there's something different.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Oh,
walked
you
upstairs to
bastard.
his boss's office.
Oh, you jerk. There's no executive thing either right there. What is going on? What is that? It's only like visible from a certain angle too. And same with what's this? Let me get over there. Okay, this is not nice.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shock 117? I don't know.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Okay,
He
115.
spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Okay. Night Shock 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Gosh dang it.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver.
If you could actually do
Otherwise,
through a
we can't
mic.
get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
If I could actually do that to Mike, that'd actually be really cool.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over
I
there.
tried.
Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Ah, not again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello?
What?
Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
I feel bad for the guy,
Story
kinda.
needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me?
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? You
No.
listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait.
Gosh,
You
poor
have
guy.
time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
I just feel bad.
Take as much time as you need.
Oh, that's crouching. Alright, I think I'm just gonna end it here. Gonna save the game. I'm gonna exit. See ya.